Just recently, a new store called City Thrift moved into my area, and luckily for us, it's right next to a TJ Maxx. So in this video, we're gonna head into the City Thrift and see if we can find some items to flip online for a profit, and then after that, we're gonna do a little retail arbitrage and head over to TJ Maxx. Starting off, we have to see if there's any discounts, and this store does color tag discounts, so green tags were 50% off, and orange tags are 30% off. Now, usually the first thing I like doing when I walk into a thrift store is look at shoes. This store has the shoes above the men's racks. The women's shoes are in a completely separate section. Unfortunately, it looks like Ethan hit this store because there was no good shoes for me to pick up. So with that being said, it looks like it's time to hit the racks. I went straight to the jacket section, and unfortunately I found this North Face jacket, but it was $11, and that's way too much to pay. And then right behind that, I found a Johnny O jacket. Again, $11. I had to leave both of these behind. Both of these pieces were priced around $5 to $7. I probably would have picked them up. Now I'm going to show you all the pickups, including the bread and butter in this store. This was a men's Ralph Lauren shirt, and remember, orange tags are 30% off. It's just a basic piece, but it's a good size and a size XL. It's a brown plaid, which is on trend with the fall season coming up. It's definitely a pickup, should sell for right around 20. Here's another one of those bread and butter pieces that some people do pass on, which is completely fine, but this one was 30% off, so I decided to take it. This is just a simple men's Vineyard Vine shirt, and I treat these just like I do the Ralph Lauren shirts. I price them for $22.99 plus shipping in my eBay store. That's usually price point I get for them, and they sell fairly quickly. Also look out for the ones that are 100% linen and bigger sizes. Now these next two shirts used to be a pickup back in the day, but nowadays I'm passing on them. Now these are Southern Tide shirts. They do look just like Vineyard Vines, but unfortunately, unlike Vineyard Vines, I can't get these to move at all, so I'm gonna have to pass. Now this right here is one of our better finds from today. This is a men's Roar shirt, and they were only asking $6 for it. Now with these shirts, you're specifically looking for the ones with the heavy embroidery all over them. This one has that big back hit. I expect to sell this for anywhere between $30 and $40 plus shipping. And as you can see, I found another Roar shirt right behind that one. This one didn't have any front hits, but it did have a big embroidery on the back. It's kind of hidden because it's all in black. And we actually ran this one over on Whatnot, and we already sold it for $30. And right across the aisle, Kayla let me know that she was scooping up some Lululemon. I'll show you all the women's items she picked up at the end of this video. Heading back over to the men's section, an item I don't pick up anymore is long sleeve Peter Millar shirts. Now don't get me wrong, there are certain pieces of Peter Millar you should pick up. For example, if this shirt had a Masters logo on it, it's a no-brainer and you should always pick those up. But these just basic plaid Peter Millar shirts, even discounted, are not worth it because they'll sit in your store and they are definitely a pass. Now these next two items I was on the fence about, but I did decide to pick them up. These are men's Bulwark flame resistant flannels. Individually these look like they sell for around $20, but I ended up finding two back to back. So what I'll do is I'll list them together in a lot, and they should sell a little faster. And if they do sell quickly, I'll let you guys know. Now here's an example of a Roar shirt that I did decide to pass on. For one, it was priced a little bit higher than the other ones, and if you look at the back, it does not have one of those big back hits that the first two had. Basic Roar pieces not only take longer to sell, but they don't sell for as much, so it is definitely a pass. And here's another example of one of those basic Peter Millar shirts for $8 and a size small. This is an automatic pass. All right, that's it for the dress shirts. Now we're headed over to the jeans, and this thrift store I found quite a few good pairs of jeans, so I'm excited to see what these racks hold. Now almost right away I found a great brand, but unfortunately they were priced up a little too high. I don't know if you can see that label, but the brand is called the Perfect Jean NYC. Priced up at $18.99. It's just too much, so I had to pass. Now since we're headed into the winter months, I usually always pick up these LL Bean flannel line jeans, but unfortunately this thrift store wanted $18.99 for them. That is way too high. I had to pass. Finally, our first find in the jeans section. These are men's Revtown jeans. It's a great brand to look out for, and they were only asking $6.99 for these. I usually sell them for anywhere between $30 and $40 plus shipping, depending on the size. Now these are always usually a pickup, men's rag and bone jeans, especially the men's, but unfortunately they had these priced at $19. At $19 you could potentially make a profit, but I had to pass on them. And right behind that, they had a pair of men's Revtown jeans, and I thought for sure I was going to throw these in my cart until I saw that price, which makes no sense because I paid $7 for those and they wanted $19 for these. So it's unfortunate. I had to pass on both of those, but those will definitely be a pickup when they go 50% off. Now I thought this was a little strange, and I'm curious what you think in the comments. Recently I've been finding a ton of great ties in this thrift store, and they were actually on this rack, but I guess they've changed to a new model where they put all of the ties in these clear bags. Specifically with ties, brand names are usually what makes them sell. So when they start putting them in bags like this, I can't see the brand names, so it looks like this thrift store is not going to be one where I get most of my ties from, which is unfortunate because recently I've been loving finding ties. Anyways, back to the racks. I found these women's Big Star jeans in the men's section. The reason I can tell they're women's is because the style name is Maddie, which is a women's style cut of these jeans, and they're a size 32. Bigger sizes tend to sell better in women's, so these are definitely a pickup. And what do you know, just a few pairs down from that pair, I found another pair of women's Big Star jeans. These were a bigger size too. I believe they were a 31, 32. They're a 32R. Definitely a pickup at that bigger size, only $7. Should expect to sell both of these for around $25 plus shipping. Now this next item caught my eye, but it was extremely overpriced. These are men's Levi's camo jeans, and they wanted $19 for these. You can find them cheaper at places like Ross and TJ Maxx. Now initially I did pick up this men's Vineyard Vines polo because it's that all over color block polo print. But unfortunately, right before we left the thrift store, we noticed a stain on the front, so we had to put it back. And this next find hurt my soul. $25, men's Psycho Bunny. These would always be a pickup. It's a bigger size too, size 9, which I believe is like a 3XL. This would sell so fast, but $25 is just too expensive. This next polo doesn't really have any value, but it's pretty cool to look at. It's a vintage Chaps Ralph Lauren plaid polo. It just screams like grandpa vibes. It's got that Chaps hit on the front. Unfortunately, these don't resell well, so I had to leave it behind, but again, pretty cool to look at. And I can't let Kayla be the only one that finds Lululemon today. For $7, I found this men's Lululemon polo. The way I can tell is that stitching in the back is usually a dead giveaway. And then I look down at the bottom right-hand corner, and sure enough, it's got that Lululemon logo. I usually get right around $25 for these. After I found that polo, I realized this store does have a tie section still, which is great, but unfortunately, I didn't find any ties. Right after I finished up with the ties, they brought out this new rack, and on that new rack, I found these Vineyard Vines seersucker pants. These are pretty much bread and butter for me. I should expect to get right around $25 for them. And then this men's outdoor research, like vented flannel shirt, $6 again, more bread and butter, right around $20 to $25. Tommy Bahama is one of my favorite Hawaiian shirt brands to sell, but not the plain colored ones. This one is just a plain orange, 100% silk. That's going to be a pass. But just a few shirts down from that, I did find a men's marine layers shirt for only $7. This is more of a bread and butter brand just like the rest, but these sell really quickly for right around that $25 price point, so I'll definitely be picking this one up. Now back to Tommy Bahama again. A plain silk Tommy Bahama shirt is usually always going to be a pass unless it has a big back embroidery on it, but this men's Tommy Bahama is definitely a pickup. It's floral, it's loud, it's all over. These are the ones you want to pick up that'll sell for right around $25 to $30 plus shipping. As I was finishing up this aisle, I saw them bring out a new rack, so you know I had to hit it. If you saw one of my recent reels, you know I picked up this Tampa Bay Lightning Stamkos jersey. Should be able to get right around $50 for it. Now, I do live in Florida, so I find tons of Tommy Bahama here. This is another example of a Tommy Bahama that I did pick up. It's 100% silk. It has an all-over print. It's really, really nice design. Should sell for right around that $25 to $30 range, just like the other one will. Now, this was easily my favorite find of the day. This is a men's Polo Ralph Lauren all over paisley print Hawaiian shirt. I have never seen anything like this, and they only wanted $7 for it. I'm curious to know what you guys think this item is worth just by looking at it. So without looking up comps, drop a comment below on what you would price this shirt at. For me, this is going to be a hard one to let go of. Now, I don't know what it is about this store, but recently I found 3 loudmouth shorts in this specific store. This pair was only priced at $7. It's that all over blue floral design. Always look out for that LM on the back. These should go for right around $30. Now this thrift store is definitely giving. This is a men's built district jacket. We only paid $8.99 for this. Definitely be on the lookout for this style. I should be able to sell this for anywhere between $50 to $60. Heading back over to the shorts section, I spotted these seersucker shorts. I decided to look on the inside and found out that these were Vineyard Vines. Remember, green tags are 50% off, so I only paid $3.50 for these. These should sell for right around $25. And the last item I found in the men's section were these men's untucked shorts. The only reason I picked them up is because they were $7 and they were brand new with tags. Otherwise, I would have left them behind. I should be able to sell these for right around 25. Now comes the hardest part of my day, finding where Kayla is, because she's short and I can't see her over the racks. So I decided to take a stroll around the thrift store and see if I can spot anything in the hard goods section as I'm trying to find Kayla. Now, all jokes aside, the women's section is usually 10 times bigger than the men's section, so I give Kayla a little bit extra time thrifting, and I'll go head into the hard goods section to see if anything catches my eye. I know there's a ton of money to be made in toys, but whenever I see a wall of toys like this in a thrift store, I get completely overwhelmed. And to be honest, that's probably because I haven't done the research to figure out what toys I should be on the lookout for. Some of you are probably looking at this and thinking, man, I want to get to that thrift store because I'm sure there's stuff to be found. But for me, I just don't want to have any part in it. And if you're a toy seller and you're watching this video and you're willing to share a nice bread and butter toy bolo that you're picking up while you're out thrifting, feel free to drop it down in the comments section below, because I'm sure there's tons of people like me that are watching this that have no clue what we're looking for. The only few I know of off the top of my head are things like Jellycat plush and Build-A-Bear plush. Some of those can be worth tons of money, but to be honest, those are pretty much the only ones I know. And real quick, I know I'm going to get this comment that this thrift store is in amazing condition. Everything's put up nice and neat. There's nothing all over the floors like you'll see in typical Goodwills and things like that. And that's because this store is a for-profit thrift store. And if you don't know what for-profit thrift stores are, they are basically resellers just like me and you. They're buying bulk inventory, putting it out to the sales floor, and selling it to the public strictly to make a profit. In my opinion, these stores are the best to shop at, because unlike Goodwill, they are constantly stocking their shelves because they have to make a profit. If they don't put out new inventory, they don't sell as much, and that is the whole point to these stores. So if you have any for-profit thrift stores in your area, you might want to give them a shot, because that's typically where we find most of our inventory to resell. After browsing through the toy section, I went and found Kayla. She was still going through some of the women's racks, but it looks like she has a full cart. So let's go over everything that she picked up, and I'll show you guys what we decided to pick up and what we decided to pass on. First item we picked up was this Athleta top, specifically for Whatnot. We usually sell these for right around $7. Kayla found quite a few Lululemon pieces today, and remember, green tags were half off. This should sell for right around $25 and should sell pretty quick. These North Face big spell out hoodies do really well on our Whatnot shows, but this one was priced up at $11. We usually only sell these for about $15 to $20, so at that price we had to leave it behind. Another Lululemon piece that Kayla found was this racerback tank top. Pick it up for $5. Another piece we'll throw in our Whatnot show and sell it for around $15. Surprisingly, these Roller Rabbit pajama tops sell very fast, and depending on the print, they can go for anywhere between $25 to $35. Beyond the Bump is the maternity line for Beyond Yoga. Definitely be on the lookout for these shorts. We found 2 pairs of these today. They should sell for right around $25. Now, if you didn't know, Kayla is a Lululemon magnet. She not only found this pink Lululemon skirt, but she also found the almost same exact style in a solid white pattern. Both of these should sell for right around $30. And to add to that, she found 2 pairs of Beyond the Bump leggings. These were 30% off, and they should sell for right around $30. And Joey needed a new backpack, so we had to pick up this Paw Patrol backpack and a pair of shorts for my daughter. And that's everything we found in the thrift store. Now it's time to head over to TJ Maxx and see if we can find anything in TJ Maxx that we can resell online for a profit. If you caught my last YouTube video, you know I've spent a ton of time doing retail arbitrage recently in TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And because I've spent so much time in TJ Maxx and Marshalls, I know a flooded item when I see them. Both of these Polo Ralph Lauren polos are basically everywhere. They are still a pickup if you can pick them up between $15 to $20, but at $29 I have to pass on them because they typically only sell for around $40 to $50, and because they're flooded, they're going to sit a little bit until Christmas time. I did find items like this True Religion jacket, but unfortunately, again, it's just too high a price to flip for a profit. And to be honest, True Religion lately has not been selling that well for me, and I have got VRO'd quite a bit on eBay for selling new with tag True Religion, so I try to stay away from it. And to be honest, the rest of the men's section was really dry. It was a bunch of junk brands. So let's go find Kayla and see if she found anything in the women's section. The only thing that Kayla found that could have been a potential pickup were these Bad Birdie dresses for $24. We looked up comps and they look like they sell for right around $60. They have quite a few of these, so we're going to leave them behind and wait for the next clearance cycle and pick them up for right around that $20 price point. As I was editing today's video, I realized we forgot to film an outro at the store. So I appreciate you guys hanging out the whole video. If you like this style of content, let me know down in the comment section below. It's kind of a vibe between short form and long form content. I'm known for short form and I'm trying to get more into a groove when it comes to long form. So if you liked it, drop a comment down below. If you think I can improve anything, feel free to leave that down in the comment section. If you haven't liked this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe because more long form content is coming soon. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.